TapeDeck Media.
We're moving the mic stand, it's time for some laughs. We're gaining cash, we're breaking the past. Jokes are our currency, laughter's the aim. Tune in with us, let's play our game. Come on and gather, it's a wild ride. Move the mic stand, we're ready to go. Dean and Cash bring the comedy flow. With every tale, we're spreading joy wide. So come take a seat, join the fun ride.
Hey everybody, it's Cash Money Karl. Welcome to Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. Tonight I am with my co-host,
Dean Berg.
Woo! Yeah, alright. So today's episode is sponsored by minigolfreviews.com. Your go-to source for anything mini-golf related. minigolfreviews.com. Alright, Dean, let's kick it off. What do you think our comedy tip should be for this week?
I think it's really important for people to really know the audience. I don't mean
Know them personally?
Know them personally.
Hey Jim, how's it going?
Yeah,
hey,
I'm going to
Bob.
bring all my
Yeah,
friends to the show and I know them. But I mean have an awareness of who's there. You know what I mean? And because
Give an example. I think we need an example of what you're saying.
like the night when the bus showed up from Chicago, 2 buses.
Tour buses, yeah, came from Chicago with the entire nursing home.
Yes.
Yeah. For Skyline open mic one time, yeah.
Yeah, and it was rough for a lot of people.
Well, yeah, it was for those guys that they do too much edgy stuff or gross or
Right.
too dark.
Or too modern even.
Yeah. And not realizing that, all these old people in the audience, they don't know what TikTok is or...
Right.
Or,
well, I mean, they might, but...
They might, but yeah, you can't do that, or you really probably shouldn't be talking about sexual things so much unless it's kind of tied to generational things.
Or if you do a bit where, you fell down and you had a limp or something, and then you see somebody in the audience that...
multiple people in the audience.
that have limps.
Yeah, maybe
you
shouldn't do that.
Maybe it's not a good idea to do that one.
Or
Or maybe it
maybe-
is.
or
Maybe
maybe
that's
they
a way
would
to
think it's
relate
fun.
to them.
Yeah, maybe
because
they
that's
would
the other
think it's
part of
fun.
it,
Yeah.
is knowing your audience is relating to them.
Right. So getting to know your audience, basically, scope out the crowd when you're...
Yeah, just try to get a
Before
feel
you're
for the crowd. Just kind of take a look. If you're the first person up, that can be a little tough.
Right.
Especially if you...
But on the other hand, maybe your colleagues, the other comics, are going to applaud you because you're basically helping them have a better night or whatever, right? Because you might have said a joke about drugs and they were like, no drugs. And now everyone else knows, okay, maybe I shouldn't do a joke about drugs tonight. Switch over to something else and see how that works. And you should be paying attention then to all the other performers to know, hey, that went over well or didn't go over well. Or I have a joke similar to that. It's not the same, but same topic.
Right.
I should do that one because that hit well.
Yeah, or just try to riff on it too. Like if you're, I don't know if you're at a dinosaur enthusiast show and there's nothing but dinosaur enthusiasts.
Yeah, maybe you should have a...
Just try to riff on it somehow. See how, I don't have anything to riff on that right now. That was just kind of random, but...
Yeah, I don't have dinosaur archaeologist stuff material ready to go offhand either. But yeah, I get what you're saying. At least you maybe have a couple people in front of you in order to think about something, come up with something.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the tip, is
know your audience.
Your audience and try to relate to them if you can.
Good tip. All right. Moving on. What should we talk about for this episode? We talked a lot about food last time.
So maybe this time we'll talk about...
Food. Yeah, I want to talk more about food. Come on, Dean. There's so many things that I'm always finding that I just got to share with the world. For instance, one of my favorite things is this cherry salsa that I get from a place in called the Cherry Republic, which is located in Glen Arbor, Michigan. So not anywhere near us. It's like a 10-hour drive or whatever.
And we did try some before we started recording.
I brought you a jar so you could experience my delight in cherry salsa.
To describe it, though, it's salsa, so it's tomato-based.
Yep.
And then it has
sweet cherries
from
Michigan
in it.
and some peppers. And the one I had you try was an original cherry salsa, so it's got a little bit of heat, but not overpowering because I just can't handle heat at all.
Oh, really?
But I like that it doesn't like necessarily make my nose water. But if it was, if I had a hot pepper seed or something on that particular instance, maybe I would.
I actually didn't think it was hot at all.
Yeah, I know.
But I like hot peppers.
Yeah, I don't really like anything hot. That's about hot as I go.
Like my favorite peppers are probably like ghost pepper and then scorpion pepper. But when you start to get too hot, though, it tastes too peppery, and it's not enjoyable for me. Like, I like the heat, but I don't like the
pepper flavor.
Yeah, the pepper flavor gets overwhelming.
Which is kind of weird because I feel like people that really like hot sauce or whatever,
and I do like,
they want the peppery.
Well, I do, but when you get too far down the heat scale, it starts to taste too peppery to me. Like, it's not fun. Oh, and if you're physically in pain,
right,
the food is just not enjoyable.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I remember going to Buffalo Wild Wings one time, and my normal order is like the honey barbecue. That's usually about as hot as I go. So that's giving you my Scoville unit ratio or unit measurement. The top Tolerance. Of my scale. Yeah, my top of my scale. But I've had gotten like it was the Asian Zing, and that's occasional. That gets me going. My nose is dripping. I'm starting to get a little tears. But one time I did try the mango habanero.
That's like one of my favorites.
That was way too much for me. I was turning bright red.
That's like an enjoyable Sunday afternoon for me. That's not a brag. That's just my tolerance. I
probably lost like 4 liters of sweat and tears.
Really?
Like, it was rough, and I didn't like how it tasted. Like, I couldn't taste the mango or whatever of it. Like, so there's no sweetness to me. It just hurt. That's all it was. So, I mean, everyone's got that difference, like different levels of heat tolerance. But yeah, I really don't have much of one. But that's why I'd be terrified if someone accidentally like is like, here, try this really sweet pepper from my garden, and it ended up being like what is it, Scotch bonnet or the Reaper or
there's one that's like that's like called fried chicken, and it looks like it's a piece of fried chicken. I've never tried that one.
Wasn't there that one guy? What's his name? Like Pepper Ed or something like that. That makes hot peppers like
Pucker Butt.
Well,
company or
that
something?
Might be his brand, yeah, but his name's like Pepper Ed or something. But like, he just recently made the hottest pepper, like a combination of what is it, the Ghost and Scorpion and
lost
Reaper.
track.
I don't know.
But like I said, the Ghost and Scorpion. But then when you start to get like to Reapers,
Carolina Reaper, yeah, I think
it's just I ate a dehydrated pod, and it wasn't fun. Like I just didn't.
It hurt.
Yeah, I kind of liked the hurt because you get a high from them when they're really hot.
Sure.
They call it capsaicin high.
Yeah.
And you get like this rush of like
endorphins and
and I like that, and I got that, and that was the fun part. But the laying on the floor in front of my dishwasher for like 45 minutes was not my favorite.
Why in front of your dishwasher? Is that your like therapy dishwasher?
I would just stick my nose underneath it, and then I would just talk underneath it, and I'd just be like, "Why did I do that?"
Why wouldn't you lay down in the bathroom? Isn't that where you? How was that experience? So we don't need to go into too many details, but did it hurt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably didn't want to do it again. Would you do it again after having experienced that?
I don't know. I'd have to work up my tolerance because now I feel like it would kill me.
Well, yep, and that's why you want to eat it, right? You're like, I want to eat stuff that can kill me. Cool.
Well, it's like surviving. Like, I fought a tiger and I lived.
Yeah, I'm out in the wild scavenging. I'm a gatherer, not a hunter. Let's eat this super hot pepper and make it have my bloodline live on.
Yeah, so
spicy bloodline.
Yeah, so just right around like a lot of people knock Tabasco. Like plain Tabasco, like it's not a hot sauce.
Well, I think it's hot.
Well, but they make a scorpion pepper one, and that's probably like one of my favorite ones.
What do you put that on?
Eggs, yeah, whatever.
Potatoes,
and chili, yeah.
French fries, hash browns.
Yeah. The mother of my 2 youngest children. I don't know if I can say her name on air, but
you have to sign a contract.
Yeah, she's got to sign something. She doesn't like anything spicy. Mm-hmm. She doesn't like anything over seasoned, and so a lot of times I'll put hot sauce on my stuff or whatever.
So she doesn't grab a forkful or whatever, right?
Right. Well, and then I like things to be like to have flavor.
Yeah.
And
Whoa. Just hold on real quick, though. Just because I don't like heat doesn't mean I don't like flavor.
No, I'm not saying that for you.
I could see how that could be tied together.
I'm saying like she'll have mayonnaise. Sure. No, I'm just kidding. Not that bad. Not mayonnaise.
Well,
but,
it's a good thing they make mayo light too, right?
Yeah. But at like the movie theater, like when you buy like pretzel bites or nachos, it's too hot for her.
Wow. So she's got a worse heat tolerance than I do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Like I'll put some regular Tabasco on something. She'll be like, oh my God, I smell it way over here.
So like if there is like a meal that you have for a particular night and you really like it, and she also really likes it too, you're just going to pour Tabasco on it?
No, why would I do that?
So you can...
Oh, for me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, I thought you meant for her.
No.
So I was like, why would I do that?
So if there's something that you both really like and you're like, I want the leftovers for work tomorrow. And she's like, I want the leftovers for work tomorrow.
Oh,
Instant Tabasco. Yeah. You got it like a quick draw, like a Wild West, right?
Yeah, like,
bottles of Tabasco.
Pew, pew. The scorpion Tabasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well...
I mean, I like the taste, like the vinegarness of it.
Because
Tabasco.
Isn't that the main ingredient?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And
it's
it's made in like a cask barrel, right? Like,
yeah, it's got to age for a couple years or something. I forget.
So it's like making whiskey, but spicy whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like vinegar, pepper, and water. I think that's
There's
all.
There's got to be salt in there too, probably. Maybe a preservative?
They might add salt.
Or maybe they don't need a preservative because it's fermented too, in a way.
Well,
right?
the vinegar.
The combination of all that. I don't know food science.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, it's kind of what I do for a side job.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, like, what types of foods have you been working on?
I can't say where.
Of course. Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
And can't talk about that. But most of my career has been in dairy, like cheese. This is Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I love cheese.
Yeah, so do I.
Is there a particular cheese that's your favorite?
I like all cheeses, really. Like I used to be a cheese grater.
Like you were the metal appliance in the kitchen?
No, like grade, like a letter, like A, B,
like
C.
school.
Yeah,
cheese school. You going to cheese school?
My mom, for the longest time, like when I became a cheese grater, I overheard her on the phone, like after I'd been doing it for probably a year, 2 years. I overheard her on the phone talking to somebody, and she was just like, well, as long as he's happy, he's got his degree. But, if just grating cheese makes him happy, I'm okay with that. And then after she hung up, I was just like, Mom, did you say grate or grade? And she's like, great. And then I was like, no, it's grade. Like with the letter, like I have been trained for my palate to be able to pick up what is good and what is not good.
On sight? Smell?
All of it. And organoleptic.
Can you hear it too? Like, can you hear cheese if it's going to be good or bad?
Yeah, if it's fresh, it'll squeak. Come on, dude.
Well, that's a cheese curd. I'm saying in general.
Well, what do you think all cheese is made of? It comes from curds.
Sure. But like, are you like tapping cheese and you're like hearing a certain thud sound or whatever?
On some wheels.
Yeah, probably like
that's
Parmesan,
how you check.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
or Swiss. That's how you check for like too many openings.
Well, that last one didn't sound like a good cheese. Ooh,
yeah,
that sounded like a good one.
This one had too much gas development.
Well, so I didn't guess I wouldn't know how to grade cheese because I thought that last one sounded nice and sturdy.
Right.
Sturdy cheese.
It wasn't.
Sturdy Swiss.
But then my mom I was like, Mom, so you thought I'm just like sitting there with like a cheese grater, like at home, just with the giant, because cheese comes in 640-pound blocks sometimes.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Like a lot of your American styles.
How do I get that delivered to my house? Is that?
I know some people. But anyways, like I envisioned her imagining me sitting there by one of these big 640-pound blocks with like a cheese grater.
A tiny little kitchen cheese grater. Like, all day.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they don't go to the industrial cheese graters. They just got to hire Dean with his single little cheese grater.
Yeah, no, it was grade.
Yeah, grater. Okay.
I let my license expire, though. I don't do that anymore.
Why?
Don't need to.
Okay. What would be like a perk for being a cheese grater? Do you get to like be like, oh, I'm gonna definitely buy that particular batch of cheese, like insider cheese trading?
Well, no, like when I was doing it, I would basically grade it to see if it met standards to be used for whatever.
So what were the different like types of grades for cheese? Like,
well, there's like AA,
So that's the best?
Yeah, that's like perfect.
So does that get like a special like stamp or sticker on it?
Yep. I see it the most on butter.
Okay.
Like if you buy butter, it'll have like AA.
You know, I've never even bothered looking or noticed that kind of thing, but now I'm going to start looking at the grocery store.
Yeah, there's like AA butter.
So if you get butter, let's say like butter sticks, right? So a box of 4, right?
Yep.
So let's just say standard average butter, $5 right now. What would be like AA? Would it be twice the value? No. But it would be a significant increase.
It's like a Berg. Like our butter's better than your butter.
So, but you could then essentially charge more because you're saying, we have the higher quality butter.
And maybe they do. I didn't pay that much. I don't pay that close attention to it.
Would you be able to really notice the difference between AA butter and single A butter if that's the next grade down? Or?
Me personally, maybe. I mean, I wasn't a butter grader.
Right, but like the average person, would they?
Oh, no. Well,
what levels?
maybe?
What levels would you determine would be like, hey, I definitely taste the difference between AA butter and B butter, B for butter.
Like, what would be different about it?
Yeah, like could you taste it, or is it less about taste but more just like?
No, it's a lot about taste and texture and smell and all that. Like if it's giving off a butyric acid kind of smell, that'll give it a downgrade. If it's a little bit bitter or has off flavors like whey taint.
You just like saying taint on this podcast.
That's actually a defect. Like in cheese, I don't know if it's in butter. I'd have to read the regulations, but in cheese, it's an actual thing. Whey taint. It's like if you don't drain it properly,
it gets an odor or something to it.
It's a flavor. Yeah, you can kind of smell it, but it's like almost like a refrigerator. To me, anyway, it's almost like a refrigerator. Like you leave something open in the refrigerator and it gets that
smell and odor, taste.
It's almost
everything else, but also
yeah
absorbs like whatever the overall fridge.
Yeah, and then there's like Barney, but not the dinosaur.
Hiya, kids.
It basically tastes like it's a defect that it tastes like how a barn smells.
Oh, ooh, no.
Yeah, it can be bad. The worst.
Do they toss that out if it was that case? Because I don't think.
Well, maybe it depends on if you're a high quality cheese company or you're just a hack.
So if you're a hack cheese company, you're selling barnyard smell cheese.
I've had some that has tasted like that I bought at the store. Sometimes you can sell it to people that'll cook it or do different things with it. Like if you knew like the cheese, what it looks like, that maybe not anymore, but back probably 20 years ago, a lot of that funky cheese would get sold and then it would get dried, and then that's what they would use for
like powders and stuff,
like on potato chips and stuff. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yep.
What about like Parmesan cheese? Because I thought that was like, was it Parmesan Reggiano? Right. That's only
Parmesan.
See, I'm not Italian. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. I just like to eat it. But like
a lot of people think it is Jean, but it's not. It's Parmesan.
Parmesan Reggiano, right? That's how
Reggiano. You can't say that.
Right, because that's
a specific company's
in Italy, right? Like that's like the OG.
I guess you can say that because you're right.
But that's like how you determine like real Parmesan.
No, I know.
Right?
I know where to get real Parmesan.
But isn't that what is considered real Parmesan? Is like that,
sure.
That Parmesan Reggiano from Italy. Guys, someone give me a tutor. Maybe we should get me sponsored by Babbel so I can learn Italian or something.
Maybe. So what was the question? What?
Well, that's what I thought was like, that's like everything else. Any Parmesan made anywhere else is not real Parmesan. Like that's the distinction.
No. It in the Code of Federal Regulations, CFR for short.
Okay.
It defines what Parmesan has to be.
Okay.
And as long as you're meeting that, you're technically meeting the definition of Parmesan.
Well, I mean, kind of similar to that, not cheese, but like if you have a sparkly wine beverage, and you can't call it champagne unless it's from Champagne, France. So I thought that was like a similar thing.
There's stuff like that with cheese too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's one that people would not realize or whatever? Parmesan.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of them. I don't know. Just kind of dead at the moment with it. Just not Colby. I used to always think all Colby was made in Colby, Wisconsin.
Huh.
That's not true though.
Is any made in Colby, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say that would be kind of like
That's-
disappointing if they didn't make any
I
Colby.
think that's
cheese.
where it was.
Started from.
Yeah.
We'll have to look that up for next time. I think.
Yeah, I should know this stuff, but
Well, you're
After a while, I-
grading cheese. You didn't
Well-
do cheese history, did you?
it was part of
Oh,
it.
really?
It was kind of part of it, but some of it, I just don't care anymore
Sure. Yeah.
because I don't deal with those types
Yeah.
anymore. So I don't, just like, whatever. Like, there's like Parm types. Like, people call it Parm, but that doesn't mean it's Parmesan.
Oh,
Because you can, there's
change the distinction.
kind of, there's legal stuff. Like, I don't know. This is what I do all day at my side job. So I kind of get sick of it after a while.
Okay.
I mean, we can still keep talking about cheese because I do like cheese.
Yeah, I do. I want to say at least a couple of my favorite ones. I like this blood orange Parmesan. But I think the brand is Del Gioso. Does that sound like anything?
So what?
Del Gioso?
We'll let you call it that.
Okay. What is it?
I'm not saying.
That's not fair. You gotta tell me. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, fine. Del Gioso, everybody.
It's probably not it, but I'm not saying what it is.
Okay, fine. I don't care. I do know how to say this one. Stone Ridge cheese.
That's not how you say it.
It's Stone Ridge. I know it is. I like Stone Ridge cheese.
It's Stoonraj.
No, it isn't. Stop messing with me. But I do. My favorite is the Stone Ridge. They do a cranberry cheddar. So it's like
A white cheddar?
it's a white cheddar, and then they have bits of cranberry in there, which is actually kind of a good Wisconsin-y tribute, right? Because although a lot of people associate cheese with Wisconsin, isn't California technically the largest producer of
Nope.
cheese? No, that's a lie. Are you
To
just
me, to me, it is.
okay? So to everybody else, it isn't though. I thought that's what was California produces the most, not necessarily the best quality, but it's the most.
Propaganda. It's not real.
It's propaganda. Okay,
No,
fine.
it's actually probably true.
Okay. I thought we weren't fact checking on this. No. But I like that, again, going into that. So cheese, white cheddar, Wisconsin, known for cheese for the most part. But then a lot of people don't know that they produce a lot of cranberries too. Like that's a big export. So
I just drove through Warren going to a show.
and they have a cranberry festival.
Just missed it by a couple weeks.
Isn't that the largest cranberry festival in the world?
Maybe the only. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, maybe it's the only. Yeah. But I
Actually-
think it's a great tribute to Wisconsin. Is the Stone Ridge white cheddar
And I-
cranberry.
Think, but don't quote me, but in the Hi-Ho soda that I was talking about, the cranberry one, I think that's where the cranberries come from. I think it says it right on the can.
Oh, we'll have to get that one for next time. But this week, Dean got me the Hi-Ho sour soda pop. So kind of like squirt soda. It's a grapefruity taste to it. Kind of.
Yeah, citrusy. Yep.
Yeah, kind of between like squirt and Sprite, really. So.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I like it. And then last week I had the old-fashioned one and then the orange soda before. So
I was going to say, going back to like the sour sodas, there's Squirt and then there's 50/50. Like that's another brand.
Yeah, and that's more of a mixer, right?
Well, it's 50/50. No, it's a soda, but it's like 50% grapefruit, 50%
Lemon lime.
I don't even know. Yeah, maybe. But Fago makes 60/40 or something like that. Like that's literally what it's called.
But yeah, I guess then I'll try the cranberry one next week, and then I'll have the whole 4-pack of the Hi-Ho soda. They need a grape though.
You'll have tried them all.
Yeah, they need a grape though. I love grape soda. It's my favorite. Like
Yeah.
my favorite brand, which is probably going to come up a million times during this podcast over our lifespan. But Stewart's grape soda. Oh, I wish they would.
Did you try that one I gave you?
Yeah.
What was it called again? Spring penis?
No, it was. I thought it was like Spring Valley grape or something.
Damn it, I was close.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It was good, but I don't know. It tasted more like Fanta.
Was it Barney?
No, it wasn't Barney, or it wasn't.
Was it Caddy? That's the worst.
Caddy?
Yeah, if you get cheese, that's Caddy.
So like cat pee?
Cat pee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awful.
There's one guy that I was training with at one point in time, and we had to go through all the different defects. Like they intentionally made cheese with the defects.
Oh, there's like a test for you guys?
Yeah. And one of them had brothy, and he started like he almost threw up in a drain.
Oh, did it smell like vomit?
No, it's kind of like chicken broth, but like foamy and So like, I don't know how to explain it to people that aren't microbiologists, but
Well, do your best.
so when you use certain broths to grow bacteria cultures and things like that, it's got a certain type smell and everything. It's basically that, but in the cheese. Ooh. Yeah, it's a very rare defect,
but isn't that part of some cheeses though too, like Limburger cheese, right? Isn't that like people compare that to like sweaty socks or something? And like that's and like kind of sometimes the stinkier the better.
Yeah. It's stinky for sure, but it doesn't taste like it smells.
Right. I mean, most don't like Parmesan. Doesn't. Dang it! I'm never gonna remember that. I'm gonna say that wrong. Like I'm gonna be doing something on the news, talking to Wisconsin's #1 cheese eater. What's your favorite cheese? Parmesan.
Most people say it that way though.
Yeah.
But it's not correct.
Yeah. Thanks for correcting me. I appreciate it. If I run for cheese president, you'll be my running mate.
Somebody, I got made fun of back to back for saying Parmesan and Fanta one time. They're like, it's Fanta.
Now that you say it, like I can't remember how I actually say it. I have to.
It's Fanta.
Well, now you're saying soda. It. I might say it wrong, like to match you, emulate.
I tried the Beetlejuice Fanta. It's pretty good. The haunted apple.
Ooh.
I got it in my car. Totally forgot about it until just now. But it's
well, all right. So
it's Fanta.
All right. Well, the episode.
Fanta. You know the commercial?
Oh, okay, yeah. Fanta.
Okay, so anyway,
I should try that Beetlejuice one then. I guess closer to Halloween. Sounds good.
It's good.
It's
not sour apple. It's like a
candy apple.
It's like a
caramel apple.
Kinda. It's like a spiced apple, but it's kind of caramelly apple, at least to me.
Okay. I'll have to give that a shot. Did you see Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I gotta kind of watch it again though, because I had it on while I was doing other stuff with the littles.
I saw it at the new Odyssey 8 theater in Fond du Lac. So they just opened after remodel.
Yeah, it's been closed forever.
Yeah,
since COVID.
I thought they just opened up in September though. Like so they're in their first weeks, but yeah, it's a nice place. Kind of a neat thing is they have a self-dispensing. That sound of chips into cherry salsa from Dean. He's still learning how microphones pick up sound.
Ours are very sensitive.
Yeah, they're very sensitive.
Like I probably sound like I'm far away at times, but that's because when I'm up close, it's just like so. I'm trying.
And you can hear wind chimes for almost this entire episode from the
you could hear
studio.
People drag racing like 2 miles away before. But anyway,
back to the Odyssey 8 theater. They have a dispense your own popcorn machine, which I hadn't seen before.
I saw that.
Put as much butter as you want on there. I added but I added way too much salt.
What grade is the butter?
I don't know.
What grade?
I'm gonna look and see if there's a sticker on there.
It says double A.
And if there's not a sticker, I think you need to grade that butter. I want to see a double A sticker.
I'm not an official butter grader.
Okay, but then you probably know people you could call an official butter grader.
I probably do, but I probably don't like them.
I would like to see like a triple A butter on there.
That's not a thing.
Okay, well we can make for movie theater butter. Maybe it could be a thing. Triple A. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool theater. They have like the new like recliner electronic.
Oh, they do.
Recliners.
Is it assigned seating? Like where you can buy your tickets?
Yeah, you buy your tickets in advance and then you pick out your seats. So that's always nice.
Yep.
They have just the 8 screens though. So
in one theater, they can watch 8 movies at the same time.
I guess they technically be run at the same time, but you can't go see 8 movies at the same time.
They're in separate rooms.
Yeah, separate rooms, separate theaters.
Theater.
But
weren't you talking about cranberries? Are you done with that? This is like the this is like the lobster roll episode.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of food, but that's just because food makes up a lot of our life. But
kind of need it.
Well, I guess kind of with you working in the food industry and having this cherry salsa, I noticed a thing about Tostitos chips recently, and I don't know if that's like
that's not dairy.
I know, but I'm just saying you know the food industry.
I've been around.
I've been getting the what is it the bite-sized rounds, and there's this like weird like almost star shaped. Maybe is a good descriptor. I don't know.
Like it's kind of pointy on like the top, the bottom, the sides, and it's kind of indented like a curve.
Yeah, you could kind of see like that would be how like the chips connect to one another.
Yep.
But I feel like that shouldn't be in this.
Probably not.
bag of
I mean,
bite-sized rounds.
it's not dangerous. It's just probably a quality thing, not a food safety thing.
So
but
these wouldn't be double A chips.
Yeah, so I think I can talk about that. Basically how, and I'm not going to say what company, it's not Tostitos, I'll tell you that. But when they're made, so like the cornmeal or whatever they're making their tortillas out of is rolled out in the sheets, and it goes, there's a roller, and in the roller there's the little circles cut.
The dies that cuts it out?
Yeah, or the triangles or whatever. And as it's rolling, it's cutting them out, and then sometimes these little like trim pieces that are left, they stay. Normally that gets removed, and then
going to like it'll
go back into a mixer, and then get mixed back in that same day.
Oh, the excess chip, the trim you're saying
the
gets
dough,
added. Yeah,
like you want to call it a dough or whatever.
Okay,
that'll get put back in, and then the rest of it'll go down a belt and go through and get cooked.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I kind of want to like know like all the different types of food defects.
I know a lot of them, and I know companies that make a lot more than others.
Oh, all right. Well, I think we'll probably roll into that one next time.
Nah, I can't probably name them.
Okay.
I'll get sued or something.
We'll just give them ABC Food Company and then just talk about a particular food type.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Or maybe we talk...
or maybe not about food.
Put in the comments, because you can do comments, right? Because we're
we're on all the platforms.
Yeah, so Spotify, all them, you can put comments.
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, so if you enjoy us talking about food...
Cool.
Make a note. If you don't, let us know. I mean, we're not always going to talk about food. It's just kind of...
Sometimes we talk about aliens and space. And,
and Bashar and movies and Funko Pops and video games or whatever. But I think what our thing is our instincts. It's getting to be the time to hibernate.
Yeah.
So we're
trying to get those calories in.
Got to get fat for winter.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun for us for this episode. Also, we want to just kind of mention shows that we got coming up, whether open mics or actual paid shows and stuff. Just so if people want to check us out, they can find us. So coming up next for me is I'll be doing the Skyline Comedy Open Mic on Wednesday, October 30th in Appleton, Wisconsin. Open mics, if you're not familiar, are pretty much just like a dress rehearsal for practice new jokes and things like that, and just trying to work out on stuff. But they're still fun to attend because it could be great or it could be awful, but it's still kind of funny to watch people that aren't doing a joke well or whatever, or just learning and that kind of thing. And also, audience members can usually get like a bucket spot and try
if they want
performing too. Let's see. I also have a show that I'll be headlining in Freeport, Illinois for the it's a dinner and a show. But that's a private one, so that's November 2nd. And then last show for me for then is that I want to at least bring up now is for Bad Credit Comedy company out of Iowa called Toying Around Comedy Show, which is a Toys for Tots show in Washburn, Illinois at Stringtown Barbecue on November 9th. Dean and I are doing that one together, actually. And the admission...
Is that just one day? Because wasn't it originally two and then something
just
changed?
that Saturday,
Yeah,
yep. Okay. And so that one, there's no ticket cost other than bring a toy for kids for Toys for Tots. That's your admission. So we are collecting toys. So if you're interested, you can reach out to us either at like cashmoneycomedy.com or you can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, any of those platforms. And let us know if you'd like to donate something. I know we're both going to probably raid a couple toy stores beforehand too and bring a Santa sack of toys. But if you want to contribute to that and get on Santa's nice list.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So what about shows for you, Dean? What do you got coming up?
I'm on a couple of them at the Skyline with you, right?
Yeah, so...
I don't have those in my calendar yet here. But yeah, November 2nd, I'm in Wasaki with Under the Lights.
Entertainment,
yep. And then we got the Toys for Tots show. And then I have another show November 23rd in Champion, Michigan, right? Is that where that one is? You're on that one too.
It's not in Champion. That one is also for Under the Lights Entertainment. That one's in Lena at the Wooden Shoe.
Wait, when is that one? No, that's the 27th.
Oh.
23rd is Saturday.
I'm not on that one.
Yeah. You always think you're on everything I'm on.
Wait, no. Our November 23rd show.
Oh, yeah, you are in that one because that's in Michigan.
Yeah, that's our UP show.
You're on that one.
Jersey 41.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's technically Champion. I think it's in the middle of the UP. I don't know if it actually has a town. No.
Maybe.
It's in between. You're right.
In my calendar, it says Champion. Because that's... Yeah, we're on that one. And then the Chuckster, right?
Yep. With Chuck Charles. Yep. Shout out Chuck Charles. And then the day before Thanksgiving.
That's the Wooden Shoe.
That's the Wooden Shoe in Lena for Under the Lights Entertainment. Then it's Thanksgiving, our particular holiday of the year.
Carl's, because he freaking takes shots of gravy.
Okay, well, we both eat food. People know that. Okay, that's cool. And then Friday, Black Friday, is Dean and my show live from the Hive at the Hive in Fond du Lac.
Yep.
For Black Friday, so that should be fun.
Yeah, that should be super fun. I'm trying to remember who's headlining that one.
We're still figuring out our headline
for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Was there something else I was going to say about shows? Oh, yeah, and if you ever want to book us, you can always reach out to either one of us on, any of the Facegrams or the Instabooks, or any of those.
Or email or websites or any of that. So we've got lots of ways to reach out to
Carl's kind of my booker. So even if you don't want to book Karl, you can reach out to Karl.
Yeah, that's always a nice email to get.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to book Dean, but not you.
Yeah, I see that you do comedy as well, but big fan of Dean Berg. You're too little rich for my blood, Cash Money Karl. So that's usually the things that they say. I don't forward that to you just so I don't make you feel bad. No, they don't say that. We want Dean Berg. Yeah. So I'll usually, if I'm not on the show, I'll usually be driving him. So either way, I still get to be involved.
That's you driving me in your Cash Money tugboat.
Yeah, that wasn't distracting at all.
I don't know why I did that.
Dean is now 7 sodas deep, and he's just blown into bottles. And
some of these have been C4s.
Oh, C4s, and eating cherry salsa and chips. So he's on a good food and drink high right now.
I was on a long weekend on the road, so I'm awake because of C4s, I think.
Yeah. Probably as soon as we wrap this up, you're gonna go to bed at 5:00
p.m.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that sounds like a good stopping point for us today. I'm Cash Money Karl.
And I'm Dean Berg.
And this is Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
That's it for today, but hold tight. We'll be back soon with more laughs inside. Move the mic stand, we're ready to go. Dean and Cash bring the comedy flow. With every tale, we're spreading joy wide. So come take a seat, join the fun ride.
This has been a TapeDeck Media production.